Hello peeps, welcome to Big Deck Playa with me, Matt Sparks. Today we are taking a look at a deck. It's a new season, so new season, new deck. Might be a perfect time for you to try something out that you've maybe not tried before, or just trying out a new deck altogether. So as you can see, if we go into our options, we have access to the new card back from last season, which was the pirate one. It's got a cool little animation on it. I, however, am still using the heroic Naxxramas one because I don't see many people using it, and that's why I'm using it. So, with that in mind, let's take a look at what's in the deck. Now, this deck is called the Perfect Zoo. I've put a question mark because is there such a thing as a perfect zoo deck? Who knows? This guy that posted it on Hearthstone.com seems to think so. So let's take a look at it and see how it does. So we have 2 Soulfires, pretty standard for a Warlock deck, and if you can play it without any cards in your hand, then it's awesome. 0 cost for 4 damage, which you can do either to a minion or to the face. Excellent stuff, excellent indeed. We have 2 Abusive Sergeants for that extra punch to give to your minions, which can also be comboed nicely with the 2 Nerubian Eggs that we have in this deck. Also to buff up, or potentially buff up the Nerubian Egg, we've also got 2 Dark Iron Dwarves and 2 Defender of Argus. Should we need any taunt as well, that's pretty useful. So we have 2 Flame Imps, for starting off, 2 Undertakers, 2 Void Walkers, all low cost and pretty decent cards. Now, in the original deck listing on Hearthstone, there are 2 Zombie Chow, which I shall show you because they're 1 cost from Naxxramas. These ones. Now, these are included. Now, the problem I've had with Zombie Chow is that if you get them like in your starting hand, they're fantastic. Because you can use them for kind of board control. But if you get them late game, they're virtually useless, because if you put them out, they're going to get killed and heal your opponent, and it's not really that useful. So yeah, you can. That's what's originally in the deck. I have replaced them for 2 Leper Gnomes, because I figure that even if a Leper Gnome gets killed off towards late game, he's still going to do 2 damage to the enemy hero regardless. And I'd rather be doing damage to the enemy hero than healing the enemy hero. So it's up to you if you want to include the Zombie Chow. That was the original design for this deck. But in my experience, you can't rely on getting both Zombie Chows within like the first 2 turns, and so yeah, I found that I'm drawing into Zombie Chow on my on turn 7, by which point my opponent's down to like, I don't know, maybe 12, 13 health. The last thing I want to do is be playing a Zombie Chow and giving him extra healing. It's like, it just doesn't make any sense. So that's why I've made that change, but you don't have to if you don't want to. Okay, so what else have we got? We've got 2 Direwolf Alpha. Again, you could use these to buff up your Nerubian Eggs to do damage to pop them, because there's no Power Overwhelming in this deck. So you can't use Power Overwhelming on the Nerubian Egg to do damage. Although, I guess if you wanted to, you could take the Leper Gnomes out and put 2 Power Overwhelmings in instead. That's a possibility for that extra damage. That could be a nice change. We have 2 Haunted Creepers. As I say, we've got 2 Nerubian Eggs, 2 Harvest Golems. These have all got Death Rattle, which will buff your Undertaker. I mean, that's one of the other reasons why I wanted the Leper Gnome in, because it has the Death Rattle, so that will buff the Undertaker as well. 2 Ironbeak Owls for a bit of silence. Probably want to use these on taunts, especially something like the Sludge Belcher. That's probably the best use of this card, I guess. So once you silence it, you don't, not only do you get rid of the taunt, but you also get rid of the fact that it can bring out a 1-2 taunt as well. 2 Knife Jugglers, because you're playing lots of minions, it makes sense to play Knife Jugglers as well. And finally, we have 2 Doom Guards, because, you know, you want these as finishers to finish off your opponent. And because they've got 7 health, even if you don't quite finish them off, the chances of them actually being able to take this guy out that turn is pretty slim. So that's pretty good. I quite like this deck. I wasn't too sure about it at first when I first started playing it, but I think because everything is low cost, you generally have a fairly good starting hand. I think the only way you could get a bad starting hand is if you've got both Doom Guards and a Defender of Argus in your hand. And it's like, I can't do anything with this. So yeah, it takes a little bit of getting used to if you're not used to playing this sort of deck, and don't think that this will be easy mode by any means, because it does require some element of skill to play this effectively. I'm not going to say that I'm playing it that effectively, but let's take a look at it in action, and you can be the judge.
Gul'dan versus Uther.
I will fight with honor. Your soul shall be mine.
Alright, so we're going first, and we're up against a Paladin. I think I shall keep the Nerubian Egg and the Voidwalker, but I think I'm going to ditch the Leper Gnome in the hope that we maybe get a Abusive Sergeant, because that would be useful for using it on this, or an Undertaker. That would also be useful. So this deck is fairly cheap to craft, especially, I mean, the most expensive thing is going to be the fact that you have to do, oh, we did get one, excellent, is the fact that you kind of have to do Naxxramas. Also, I don't know if you've noticed, but we're playing on a Naxxramas board in Ranked, which is a new thing that I didn't realise was happening, and very cool. So yeah, so you'd have to get through Naxxramas to get some of the cards, like the Haunted the Haunted Creepers, Nerubian Eggs. You'll need to do some Naxxramas for that. Which, if you haven't done the first wing already for free, then I think that's all over now, and you'll have to pay for that now, which is a little sad, but that's the way it goes. What's he gonna do? Nothing. All right. So, what should we do here? Abusive Sergeant, so that'll give that 2 attack, which, if I want to kill it off this turn, I'll have to put it into the Loot Hoarder. So I could silence the Loot Hoarder, but I really want to keep the silence for something else, especially as a Paladin, he has the ability to buff things up. So there we go, that gets us a 4/4, let's life tap. Awesome, we get a Knife Juggler, that's cool, I like that. Let's see what he does now. Yeah, so it's fairly cheap to craft, it's about 1,080 dust, which is not really that much, and there's 4 cards if you include the Zombie Chow from Naxxramas. So, as I say, if you don't have the Zombie Chow, then obviously that will decrease the crafting cost for you. Okay, so let's see what we've got here. I might silence this guy. Let's put my own Knife Juggler out. Do I want to silence that guy? Or I don't really want to keep him up. Or should I just... Oh. No. Can we bring that back? Thank you, good. Okay, let's put the Leper Gnome out instead. Oh, you weren't supposed to hit that one, you were supposed to hit this one. Okay, let's put the other taunt out as well. God damn it! Do I really want to trade my Voidwalker and this guy for this guy? Yeah, I kind of do. Maybe I should have silenced it with my Iron Beak Owl, but I'd rather keep that for something slightly more important. Alright, so he's going to kill off my Void Walker. And then what? He's going to go for the face. Fine. That's okay. Okay, so what should we do here? Harvest Golem. And Hoarded Creeper. And then let's just go for face. Alright. This is not too bad. If he plays a Taunt, or you might play a Sludge Belcher because he's at 5 mana now, so we can silence it with the owl. Nope. I imagine that's going to go for... Yep. He wants to get rid of that. And then I guess he's probably going to kill this off with his sword. Takes him down to 11. I've got 5 damage on the board, which isn't fantastic. Let's see if we can draw into something a bit better. That's quite good. Let's put that here.
Shield for Argus.
There we go. Alright, now you're down to 4. It's a pretty effective deck. It's pretty consistent as well, as long as you kind of have a rough idea of what you're doing. It can take like a few turns before you really get to grips with it. I'm not sure what he's doing now. Oh, okay. Well, let's put the Knife Jugger out, because then when this thing dies, it'll spawn 2 more, which will... And another one. Okay. Well, this will do 2 damage to him. And then we just hit him with that. And there we go. Turn 7. Dead Paladin. Now, admittedly, I am only rank 17, but as I mentioned earlier, this is the beginning of the season, so I haven't had a huge amount of time to rank up before recording this. In fact, it's literally the day after the season started, and I spent all day travelling yesterday, so that's why I'm only rank 17. If you're looking for a new deck to start the season, and you want to rank up fairly quickly, this one could probably do that for you, providing you've got all the cards. There's a really detailed kind of explanation on how to play against particular decks, what to mulligan for, all that kind of stuff, over on Hearthstone on the deck description itself. So head over there, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, tell the guy that you like it. If you make any videos using this deck, or if you play this deck, let me know how you get on, and I shall see you next time for some more Big Deck Playa. Thanks very much for watching. Bye bye.